First kick, I snap into action. When I'm digging in the trenches, get dominated off the line of scrimmage. Read and react quick to make it early diagnosis. Hit you with the quick release like Marino Danny dopeness. Explosive change of direction in the true essence of Reggie Bush. From JT and ZT to DVP and AVG. Terminator to a quarterback, Hunter JP. Steve Ross, the boss, King Flow, and card slinging, gambling genius, Slick Chris Greer.
Hey, good morning, Justin, and good morning to everyone out there. I'm Rob Mosley, aka Dolphin Thirsty. This is my co-host, Justin, aka Digging in the Trenches. How are all you guys doing this morning? And you know my daily question: how's the weather in Colorado? We Floridians love to hear about cold weather across, so it's always newsworthy. How's the weather out in Colorado?
It's another cold day today. It's a little chilly out there. Yesterday was. It felt like I was on the lake or something out here. It was like -1, -2, all day.
Yeah, so you don't want to hear us Floridians in South Florida down here complaining that it might get in the 40s or the 50s this week. So
if it did that right now out here, we would think it was summer.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's the big difference. But yeah, they're saying the Packers game's probably going to be in the 40s or 50s. So a lot different for our South Florida football game. It might rain some that day too. So we'll see how much rain and if that ends up being a factor in the game or whatnot. So
yeah, I was thinking about this game a little bit last night when I was happened to watch a little bit of that Jaguars Jets beat down. I was watching that game and oh man, it was so crazy. I was watching that game and right off the bat, Quinn Williams comes in there and just wrecks shop and tackles Lawrence, strips him of the football.
Yeah.
Oh man! Right when they drafted him, I was like, I knew it was going to be a thorn in our ass.
Yeah.
I was just like, dude, this guy. I wish we could have got him.
I know.
But we got to start countering some of these moves that they're making. You know what I'm saying? Like, in order to counter a move like Quinn Williams, you would need a guard. You know what I'm saying? Like a better left guard, like Cooper Beebe out of Kansas State. That would be my counter for Quinn Williams would be someone like that.
I know you're way ahead of me on the draft because I always wait until the Dolphin season's over before you do it all year long. So what round range is this kid that you just mentioned projected?
Oh man,
is he gonna be gone in the first or second?
If people are smart, they grab him in the first round, but I think he'll last until second or third, probably second.
Because sometimes guards, because forever the interior linemen sometimes have that stigma, like running backs almost. They don't want to draft them too high.
It's true, but this kid's probably the #1 rated guard out on the board though right now. I had a really high score on him. He's pretty damn good, man.
Okay, so we'll see. I'll kick you up on it, but after this season, then we're going to kick into high gear on draft coverage.
Yep.
So, but I'll take your word. But yeah, hey, I know the Jets though. That one guy too, though, that shares my namesake, Mosley, man. That guy's all over the field too, man. So,
yeah, you got to watch that dude.
Yeah, he's another one. So hey, you know what can I say? He's a Jet with my last name, so it's always like Mosley tackle. I'm like, oh, come on, don't kill us here, man. You know?
Oh my God, yeah, that dude. He's a veteran. You got to watch where he's at all times on the field. I know we got them last game of the season. Nobody should be thinking it's just some hey, we're gonna come in there and kick their butts all over the place.
They seem to be in the nosedive, which is good, but they just played to some good teams, and Jacksonville's no joke. They may take that division because if you look at the games coming up,
yeah, man, they
have the Texans.
It's true,
and the Titans have the Cowboys, and then they play each other in the final week of the season. So I know there's some, because the Jags already got their win for this week, and then I think their next game's against the Texans, and then they play, to close out the season against, that may be for winner take all for that division. That's crazy.
Yeah, you know what? It might be. It could be for all the chips right there. They were talking a little bit about it during the game as well.
Yeah.
Damn, bro, there's a lot of divisions that are going to be coming down to the wire here. It's crazy. I started thinking about our season, man, and I listened to a little bit of I think I watched last night Frank Smith talked a little bit, and I watched Josh Boyer talk a little bit. They were talking a little bit about things we've been talking about for almost all season, or at least all week.
Yeah.
A little bit about how they can only do what they can do, and sometimes the players just have to execute what's called.
Right.
It's a matter of execution as well as what's being called. It's rough, they're getting put in some unfavorable situations that they need to find their way out of. But it doesn't help when you are getting stuck out on the field and you can't get off the field on third downs. That goes on defense, and then you can't move the chains on offense. Like, have you looked at our third down rating on offense? It's like 37%. It's pretty low on
I know,
offense.
but it's actually better when we're in longer distance than short distance for whatever. It's crazy. It's like, it's just
seeing, and you can't get your short distance yardage stuff figured out. It's like, I don't understand. I'm confused a little bit.
Yeah, I know. No, it's just weird because I think sometimes on third and short, like we've mentioned with other angles on it, that we get a little too cute on third and short sometimes instead of just pounding the rock up there and getting it and stuff. So that could have maybe switched. But yeah, for whatever reason, I know I saw those rankings too. And
I was like, what the hell?
The Packers are pretty good against the pass, I think. So, hopefully we can pound the rock against them and keep the ball away from Aaron Rodgers and crew. So, who knows? And then like you say, let's not get in those third down situations all the time and make it harder than it has to be,
Yeah,
Just don't rule against getting first downs on first and second down.
There you go. So. That's the rule right there. That's the thing. At least on first down, give me like 3 yards.
Yeah.
Like if you could keep if you could keep ahead of the sticks.
No, I know. I agree. So just like I said, it starts on first down. Let's not wait till third down so often. Let's just start moving the chains. And earlier in the season, we were doing that. We were getting those big chunk plays.
Yeah,
and
it's true.
But teams are, like I said, they're starting to take a little bit away. So we'll see, man. I still have high hopes going into this Packers game. We're in control. I've read the latest scenario is if the Patriots lose this weekend to Cincinnati, which I'm hoping they do. I mean, I think New England's at home, but so I think that might favor them a little bit. But hopefully Cincinnati smashes like they have been and they beat the Patriots. We win, then all we have to do is beat the Patriots the following week and we're in the playoffs. So we could just get the 2-win, and we don't even have to worry about the Jet game other than seeding at the end. But at least we would have a playoff ticket punched.
Yeah, let's just handle our business. Let's start with this game on Christmas. Let's go out there and let's play one of our better games.
And we win out, nuts. We're in good shape. I mean, we're going to be there if we win out. That's what I want. I want to win out.
Yeah, I want to win out. I want to win out
going into the playoffs.
It's nuts, man. When you think about it, like. Oh man, I know I keep pounding like a dead horse here. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. But I just don't. People don't think I don't think they understand how like we're having success. Do you guys realize this? Right? Look at the yards per average on Wilson when he gets the ball. Since he just got here, he's averaging 5.3 yards a fucking carry. Look at Mostert the last 2-3 games, it's probably over 5 yards a carry. Give him the ball. I don't know if you gave out a helmet sticker for Selvon Ahmed last week, but you should have.
I did
because he needed to get one, bro. I've been calling for this dude's name all season long. Give this guy some damn carries. Yeah. He brings a different dimension to the offense than what's in it current. Not really, but he is a speed catching back. He can catch out of the backfield. He's built to play in the outside zone scheme.
And that burst he had for that touchdown was nice.
It was beautiful. Thomas Morstead should have been another guy who got one of those helmet stickers, I hope.
Yeah, he did, of course.
Did he? Because of that hit he took on the roughing penalty call. I was like, that's putting it out for your team.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It was that was a good one because I know normally you don't even see that anymore. You don't see many rough. There used to be a lot more back in the day, but you don't see many roughing the punter. So to get that, that was, that was a nice. And we added on, but I just want to win. I hate talking about that game. Let's talk about the Packers. We study them, but that wasn't a good thing. I agree, but today's Finstastic Friday, so we try to be a little more upbeat going into the weekend. Tomorrow the game. So for all you guys out there, Red Zone is tomorrow. If you guys have Red Zone's tomorrow. They moved it up to. It won't be on Sunday because it's only the 3 games. So
what are you talking about, Red Zone?
That how they have the Red Zone where you've never heard that? It's like
you're talking about the NFL Sunday Ticket Red Zone.
Yeah, it's just where they show like when teams get in the red zone, then they show that team and.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
They show all that. So that's tomorrow though. It's Saturday because most of the games are tomorrow. and normally it's on Sunday, of course. So all you guys out there wanting to catch Red Zone, you're gonna have to catch it tomorrow. It's not Sunday because it's only like the three
Right.
games, including our game on Sunday. So that's good.
Right.
But yeah, so
Yep.
that's it. So hopefully, games
if
go
you-
our way tomorrow. But the good thing is that we control our own destiny. So I don't even want to be looking at what other teams are. I don't want
Right.
to hear. I just,
Right.
of course, I'm going to be rooting against the teams that I know just in the back of my mind, like, oh, that's going to help us if they lose. But the good thing is we have our own destiny. Let's just go out there and handle business, win out, and then we don't have to worry about what the freaking Patriots do, what this team does, what that team does. We just, squeeze the other teams out ourselves. That's what
Right.
that's what I want.
Yep. I agree.
We could
I'm
get
with
as
you.
high as the 5th seed if we went out.
Yeah, let's win out. Let's do what we can.
Yeah.
If you didn't know by now, you were watching Dolphins Daily Live with Thirsty and Diggin'. My man Rob over here, the host of Dolphins Thirsty, and he actually is the co-host of Real Talk Finstalk as well. He actually has an awesome website, dolphinsthirsty.com. Go out there, check it out. It's got awesome content in it. Of course, all aqua and orange over here. Nice quizzes in there. Throwback stuff.
I got a throwback quiz yesterday. Yep. Throwback Thursday. So
sweet stuff in there. Check it out, my man. And don't forget to like and subscribe the button here while you're, when you're in here. We're new, getting started here. Love all you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Justin. So
absolutely.
I know you got some family there today. I got family coming up today, so I know we can keep this short, but we're going to keep it Finstastic. We're going to be in a good mood.
Yeah.
Try to get people in here to interact. I was hoping Justin. Oh, you're Justin. Why do I always want to call him Justin? Evan. I was hoping Evan was going to come in and join our show today, but it doesn't look like he's here yet. I sent him the link again, but didn't get a response. But that's okay.
Right. Oh,
that's all good. He's busy.
Man.
We're all busy at this time of year, running around like crazy. So
right. I was gonna say too, if nobody didn't notice, I noticed this yesterday. It was a big deal in my life. I'm sure all you out there, even if you're gonna watch this on replay, you'll be hearing about this. That YouTube TV made a huge deal with the NFL to take over the NFL Sunday Ticket. They will have the rights for that now. I think for the next, I think it was 7-year deal. They did.
They paid big
money, man. Like $9 billion or something like that. It was up there, maybe even more than that. But it's going to be something I'll obviously have to get because I have NFL Sunday Ticket. That's how I watch every Dolphins game now.
Right.
It's just news. I thought that should be talked about a little bit.
So you're going to drop DirecTV and go over to
you know what? It's nuts because I still watch the Nuggets and the Avalanche on DirecTV, and I don't know if I would get those if I didn't have it. If YouTube TV carries some local stuff here too, then I'll make the complete switch. But I'll have to carry a YouTube TV with the NFL Sunday Ticket.
No one really knows yet what they're going to roll out, but everyone's hoping that they have an a la carte plan, so you don't have to, have to have their whole YouTube package and the NFL pack, because then it really gets expensive each month.
I think it's going to be just like you just said. You'll have to have YouTube TV, and then you'll have to subscribe to the NFL
I was shocked. See, I don't have YouTube TV, but I was
shocked. Neither do I.
It's like $68 a month YouTube TV. That's crazy because people say cut the cord of cable, but that's about the same price as what's cutting the cord do?
It doesn't do much. Doesn't do you much. I have DirecTV, and it's like $186 a month with the pack that I have now, and I'm like, I don't care. I gotta have what I need to do what I have to do. So
for sure. But and then on top of it, you got to throw in the Sunday package. But hopefully, but others are saying no. They think you could just buy the Sunday package only and not have to have all the other YouTube stuff.
If you can, that'd be awesome. But it's weird. I thought about it a little bit in my mind when they just dropped it. I'm like,
oh. He's frozen in time. His mind got frozen in time. So I know it's gonna be cool though.
So dumb.
There you are.
You got frozen in time.
I know you got frozen. But me being in I still live all these years later. I still live in the Dolphins market here in Broward County.
Right. You could get local. You could get local.
I always see the Dolphins, but eventually, at least I know now if I move, it'd be easier to probably get YouTube hooked up.
And, like I was saying, it's going to be crazy because we're like this after we're done here streaming this, it goes right to YouTube. It's almost like football and YouTube are going to go hand in hand together now. It's like a lot of football stuff's already on YouTube. It's crazy. I think it might work out all right. You know, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
it will
knock it until I
eventually.
try it.
Eventually,
Yeah.
as the world moves more and more towards streaming. But I did read that the Amazon Thursday night views are a lot down from last year's Thursday night views when it was just on regular TV. You could plop on the TV and not need. So I don't know if that's a lot because people don't know how to figure it out, or not everyone has
Do
Amazon.
yeah. Do you watch it on Thursday night on
Yeah, I
Amazon?
do. I
Do
watched
you
it last. I don't always, but I watched it last night because
did
it
you
was
do
my
you check out the
husband.
feature to where you can like move the clicker down and it'll give you like the advanced stats line one where it shows all
Oh,
the
I haven't done
plays?
that yet. No, I
Do
know it's.
it, dude. You got to check it out. I watched the whole game like that last night. And I was like, I kind of like this. I kind of
Okay.
like this. Yeah, it was sweet, dude. I was like, oh man, this makes it more interesting. I honestly thought they should have it on every game, like the NFL Sunday. That's why I'm saying YouTube should do something like that, to where they do analytics and stats throughout it on the bottom. They do a great job with it. They give you a lot of good advanced numbers and
They might,
metrics.
but remember, they're going to have a few games going on at one time, so it's going to be a little. So they're going to have it. I'm sure they could figure it out.
I think you could make it work even better, dude. Like you could you could do some real cool stuff with it if you had it, advanced like that, like all 22 angles, and then you change it back to a broadcast view angle.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff they can do, but they're just going to be doing the other network feeds to where when you got one single game, Amazon, they're doing the broadcast, so they can control a lot more. They're just going to be feeding off CBS feeds and Fox feeds. So
well, yeah, CBS and Fox will still have all their games every weekend. It's not going to change anything.
Right. They just feed off those feeds and they borrow them. They come up with deals. That's why it costs so much money, because you got to get right from all these people that broadcast.
That's right, man. That's where the big bucks come in, right?
Yeah. So because they were saying YouTube may not even make money off it, but it's brand recognition. So they come.
They're going to bank, bro.
Because they say Amazon's actually losing money on their deal of how much they pay the NFL, but they don't mind because it's like advertising coming on to their people that normally wouldn't be on Amazon now and come and watch football, and it helps.
Amazon, if you think about it, it's owned by Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos getting ready to fly out to Mars and stuff. He don't give a crap about losing a little bit of money on that.
No, I know.
On the NFL.
Hell, he might be buying the Redskins. Oh, not the Redskins. I'm sorry. I know that's not politically. The Commanders, the Washington football team. They might be, I've read he might be one of the bidders for that team. So
I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't. I think there's another team that just actually went up for sale too. Was it the Phoenix Suns? I think it actually just got sold. I think it's or something like that. I heard it's going to get sold for record money, like $9 billion or something like that.
For them, because they're saying that's more than I thought. Because in football, they're saying like $7 billion for the Commanders and stuff.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. That's going to be a huge money-making franchise if you're able to get it. It's funny how these things work too, because everyone's like, "Well, that dude's got $9 billion." I don't think it cuts a $9 billion check. I think they're like over like buying a house, a 30-year fixed mortgage.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you owe this much a month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, believe me, I know that's crazy, the money, because I've read, he paid back in the day when he bought it, he paid $800 million, which sounded like a lot at the time. Oh my God, 800. Now he's going to flip it for $7 billion. That's a nice return on the.
I was like, damn, that's a great money maker.
And people are making fun of it. Oh, because the NFL is making him sell. Yeah, you're making a guy become a billionaire 7 times over.
Yeah, like that's a bad thing, for him and his family.
I know. So it's like, oh yeah, so he has this stigma of being kicked out, but who cares? He's sitting on his yachts, his private jets, laughing.
Let me throw something at you right here. I've thought about it for a while now. They used to actually have it too, but it wasn't part of the NFL. Do you remember when they had the World Football League back in the 90s?
Yeah.
Like, I bet you I could see the NFL expanding, like, out of the country, like overseas, like London, Mexico.
The logistics has been hard. Mexico will be easier. Hey, morning, Theo. Thank you for joining us.
Theo. Yeah, we love you, Theo. Thanks for coming in, man. We love you.
Yeah, that we do, man. That we do. Even though he's a regular, I would do it. Since it's Finstastic Friday, I gotta play a little song for him, man. Because it's always great. Theo bringing in his magic to us. Welcome, Theo.
Football team. I wish he was taking the ball from goal to goal.
That is for you, Theo. Dolphins song on this Finstastic Friday, where we try to be upbeat and then in the middle of a 3-game losing streak.
We're the Miami Dolphins were the Miami Dolphins.
Hey, it's funny. There's all kinds of songs on this thing here. I don't know. I know you've never seen the back end of this studio. I'm getting used to it because I'm just a Dolphin fool that wanted to do this. Yeah, yes, I agree. But there's so many things in here. But I'm afraid to hit one of them because one of these songs probably crazy. They're gonna say, "What the hell is this guy?" Let's just see what this is.
Let's see what this is.
This is a random button I'm hitting. Oh my God. Okay, no. What's feeding the ducks? Let's see.
That's feeding the ducks, bro. Right here.
That's feeding the ducks. I don't know. So some of these, maybe something back here is cool one day.
Oh, this is when you want to get a little bit more rock with your commentary. Man, and then we went around the corner and we smacked him. We hit him right in the lips. Gives you that rock flavor to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll play around with some of that. I just saw them because I know I uploaded the Dolphin song, but then they have default thing and it's saying these songs can be played without fear of copyright. So
I get it. It's so like songs you can use.
But I don't know. I'm gonna have to practice.
It's stuff you can use without getting copyright.
Nice Larry Little jersey.
Oh, dude, thanks, man. Yeah, I like this Larry Little, man. This is one of my favorite jerseys. I like to rock this on, during the weeks. I'll take out some throwback stuff and put on some stuff. Then during the weekend, I'm putting on like the regular, some Zach Sealer or some Javon Holland or something like that.
and I know. Hey, I know you come out with some names that people that went in. Well, Holland, a lot of people have that jersey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Sealer, not too many people are rocking that jersey around. So that's
they're not.
So that's pretty cool.
I was going
to bring. Good. I mean, it's
it's
not a knock on him. He just plays a position that a lot because it's not in many Kristen Wilkins, believe it or not.
No. I have one.
I know you. You got, you almost have the whole roster, right? So you're not a good example,
Right.
So, you're not a good example. I could tell you, hey, break out, if I ever see you rocking a Skylar Thompson, that might make me fall.
I don't know about all that.
But I bet you I could find you in a Jim Jensen one day or something.
Oh, that. Something like that for sure. Brian Cox or something. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Brian Cox is still a popular one, especially on the weeks we play Buffalo. People break out.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, I know it is, what is it? We have a Fantastic Friday rocking here, and I want to keep it all positive, but I want to give a chance right now and a quick time to take praise to God rest in peace to former Bronco Ronnie Hillman, just passed away as well.
I know.
Yeah, I feel really bad, young. Man. Way too young. He's a 30-year-old kid who had, I guess, a rare form of cancer.
Yeah, he did.
I want to give him a shout out. I feel terrible for him and his whole family. So shout out to Ronnie Hillman. Rest in peace, buddy. We're prayers with you and your whole family. Obviously, we wish the best for your family going forward. And we just lost Franco Harris as well. Yeah. So it's kind of
speaking of Franco Harris, Wednesday, you're going to want to join in. We're going to have a special guest. Mike Webster's son. That was a surprise.
That's right.
Mike Webster's son, who has a lot of experience dealing with Franco Harris. He's going to join our show on Wednesday.
It's going to be sweet.
So make sure, of course, we're still going to keep all things Dolphins, but we will give a little segment that morning to talk about Franco Harris and some of the cool stories that he did behind the scenes and stuff. So anyway, back to our Dolphin. Let's see here. Hey, Ricky Rome Authentic Games are signed with his CFL jersey number.
That's dope.
Okay. That's cool stuff.
That's hella dope. I had a orange Ricky Williams Dolphins jersey, but somebody was like, dude, let me get it, bro. Come on. And I was like, all right, bro. All right. Whatever.
That's so funny, though. Ricky Williams, he's the most popular orange jersey. Or Jason Taylor. It's either Jason Taylor or Ricky Williams that Dolphin fans rock the orange.
I think the Zach Thomas would be a really popular one, but I have both Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor in the white. Like, that's just like what I remember the most in the 3D. They have the 3D white, you know what I mean? Has the 3D numbers in it, with the navy has the outline in it. That's the ones I have. Like, I was really cool. I loved that jersey style when we had them, you know what I mean? With the 3D numbers. Those are like my favorite jerseys we had. Oh yeah, the armbands too, were the elastic ones that were shorter with it had maybe an inch or two, and it had all our colors in there, the aqua and orange. Those are dope. Those are probably my favorite ones. Yep.
That's cool.
That's the one you have, Theo? Yeah, that's
I
a
forgot
dope
that
jersey,
he
dude.
went. I did not even think about him going to the Canadian Football League. But when he was suspended and everything, he went up there for a while or something. I don't remember. I didn't remember being so mad that he wasn't playing for the Dolphins.
I don't remember that part of it, but
And
probably
maybe Theo can remind us. Yep, the white one. Because I don't know, but that is weird. That is
like
he
it's
got
crazy
injured.
when you really think about it, man. Oh, he got injured. Okay.
Okay, but he was okay. Yeah, that is weird because I just know back in the day, I mean, I know he's come out saying he was going through a lot now, and so you kind of learn that why he was doing what he was doing. But at the time, I was so man, you can't just keep away from the stuff while you're playing.
Well,
Nowadays,
it's crazy, like he wanted to get high, and like I honestly thought it made him more attractive as like a person, like honestly I thought
know,
it
but back
made
in
it
the day,
cooler,
it was very frowned upon. Now you could probably, and that's like nothing, they
Yeah,
would
you
say.
should.
But
NFL
back
players
then,
probably
it
get
was like
high
any of that
all off
stuff,
season.
So then, because to me, as long as I mean, I know. As long as it's not a performance enhancing drug, these guys could, do whatever. I mean, but that's like my neighbor played for the BC Lions. Oh, that's
Oh,
okay.
that's dope, man. He got you an
on it.
autograph. That's so sick, dude.
Yeah, that's cool.
Theo,
I
that's
forgot about
awesome.
that little Lynch because at the time I was just a pain in the butt Dolph fan. I was like, oh my God, how can this guy? He's the key to our franchise, and here he is out being suspended again. It was so annoying in his retirement. That he went and basically became the Dalai Lama going around India. I'm like, come on, dude. It's just,
you'd be surprised, like
when you put. Yeah, but that was just Dave Wannstedt's biggest falling because he put so much all the eggs in one basket in Ricky Williams. Then when Ricky Williams was gone, it's like, oh, now what do we do? So it's like it just sucked. So at the time I was just a fan and I was mad at Ricky. I've since now know he had a lot of issues and he was dealing with depression and stress and all of this stuff and so he that's what he did but at the time as a fan you're just like, oh my God, get out there, dude, we need a win. So that's why I was mad at Ricky for a while, but you've since learned, so it is what it is. Fandom will get in the way of common sense sometimes. It's crazy, but that's man. Cool, Theo. Thank you for sharing nuts. That.
Yeah, man, you'd be surprised how often a player comes from the CFL and had to go there first to get little seasoned, coming out of college. Like I'll use Cameron Wake as a perfect example. Like he came out of Penn State.
No, that was great. He's a CFL story.
Yeah, and went to the CFL for a
guy that played quarterback for the Jets last night once they yanked Zach.
Oh, the Streveler. He was on our roster.
He played in Canada. I know he was. I thought he might make him, but I guess he just, just not enough spots for him.
There's guys all over the damn NFL that are like that, and all over the CFL that are exactly like that. CFL plays a key role, I think, in some of the development. Like the NFL kind of uses
Warren Moon. Look at Warren Moon. He came.
Oh, dude, he was awesome, dude. That's one of the best quarterbacks of all time, right there.
I know you do a show every Saturday, 2 p.m. on the Finstalk Sports Network with one of his former teammates.
I do with my buddy Doc Reginald Brown. He was a former wide receiver who played with Warren Moon. Played with Bruce Matthews in the Hall of Fame. Played with Mike Munchak. Played with Blaine Bishop. Played with Curtis Duncan. Played with Lamar Lathan. These are guys I grew up watching. Like, I honestly liked that team, the Houston Oilers team.
No, I know. I remember them losing.
Oh, he was so good, dude. Cameron Wake was so badass, bro.
The BC Lion, But I know when that Houston team though, the Houston. I still remember them choking that game against Buffalo.
That's funny you bring that up. I had one of the first episodes I did with Dr. Brown. I had him on. We talked about that game. He's like, oh, man, you had to bring that up. He said he was on the sideline, and it was pretty wild to listen to all the shit that was happening back and forth during the comeback. It was nuts. He said there was a lot of
I heard that episode. He said he walked into the locker room because something happened to him, and then he comes out and sees the mojo leaving.
And it was freaking nuts. He said it was like having a gut check punch moment to you where everything just kind of like left your body. And he said it was kind of surreal just to watch it all go down.
I would never forget that. I was already a young adult, of course, but I was visiting my grandmother and trying to be nice, and may she rest in peace. I was trying to be nice in her house, but I'm like, I'm trying to like, oh my God, I can't believe they're blowing this. You know, because that's back when the Dolphins had already blown it, and it was like, oh, at least I'm going to see Buffalo choke and not get to. And then it's just
Right.
on slowly coming back, and I'm like, you know, I didn't want to look like a nut, but I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this game.
Yeah, I know.
It's my tongue, but it was like the craziest game I've ever seen.
It is.
You know?
It's funny you bring up Buffalo, and we'll bring up a Buffalo Oilers game because if you remember during the week, I mentioned my Buffalo Bills friend, my buddy. He, I called him. I called him talking so much shit, dude. Like really putting him down, talking crap, being like, "You guys don't deserve to win the game. I don't think you guys should ever deserve to win another game." I had to apologize for that during the week. Come back, he's like, "Oh, bro, it's all good. You're just a passionate fan. I get it." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not breaking chairs and falling on tables and stuff, but I love my football team."
Yeah, me too. But see, that's a good. This is something I don't know, and I'm Mr. Theo. If you like old time trivia, go check out my website. I have trivia.
Dude, I didn't know that. I didn't know that
one either. I'm going to go look that up. See, that's a good part.
That's awesome.
Like I say, Jay Scott's a little before my time because I came in, if I told you everyone that hears this show all the time, I came Woodstock area, A.J. Dewey era, whatever players you want to relate to that era, the Killer Bees. Those are all that's when I started really remembering everything. I was on the planet when those guys were playing, but I don't remember crap, I'll be honest.
Right.
You know, so I remember, I just hear the stories, and being a Dolphin guy, I go back and I read about it. I just got finished reading Larry Zonka's book and stuff like that.
How was that book?
It was good. I liked it. You know, if you're a Dolphin fan, you're going to like it. If you're not a Dolphin fan, you'll probably be like, you know, but if you're a Dolphin fan, you're going to like the book. And
hell yeah.
Yes, he was the original 13.
That one he was. I knew that.
You know, together I morph in, you know, due to the great photo tricks of the, you know, the modern era, I can combine them together in the same photo. So yeah, I knew. I just did not know he was, and I know he was the first ever defensive player to win a Super Bowl MVP. That I know. That's one I just gave away one of my trivia questions. Scott was the first ever, you know, person to win the defensive player to be named the Super Bowl MVP.
That's awesome, bro.
So, you know, so that was cool. And that capped the perfect season. You know, so like I said, it's just, so I have to go back and so cool. That's funny. I still have a copy of Always on the Run from my school library. I'm going to turn you in, Theo. Not really, though. Don't worry. We need you here. You're our good. Oh, the Zonk. Yeah, I heard that was a good book from them, too. So I heard that's another good book. Those were the days, man. That's what we need. We need to get the Dolphins back to those days, man. Give me a 2 or 3 year run where they're one of the best franchises, and that's it. I can stink for a couple more years after that. You know.
Yeah, man, it's nuts. I was doing a little piece like that I had on my old YouTube channel, and I had it. It was called the Return or the Rise Back to Glory is what I called it. And I talked about, like, I wasn't alive back then when you guys were, so I just had to reflect back on the past and the Dolphins history. And like I was narrating the Dolphins history and everything we've been through as a fan base and as an organization, how we went from the days of being undefeated and glory in the 72-73 season. And then, like, you know, we lost to the Redskins in the 82 Super Bowl. Then I talked a little bit about that. And then, like, I talked about how Marino went to the only Super Bowl in his only life, which is in, I think it was the 84, was it? 84 season?
84 was Marino's record break, and we lost to the 49ers.
Lost to the Niners and George Seifert. Like, I had a little narration. I called it the Rise Back to, you know, back to glory. And I wanted to, I was actually foreseeing us getting back to those glory days. And like, it was like during, I think, the 2021 season, I got super depressed and stopped making the project. It was like, are we ever going to return back to glory?
I know. So. You know, that's it. We're all, because my neighbor on this side, it doesn't matter to you guys, but on this side of my house is a big Dolphin fan like me. But she's more optimistic because every year she's saying, this year is the year.
This our year.
And I'm always like, I'm finally just saying, I don't know. You know, it's just like I'm taking so many gut punches, I can't say next year.
Hell yeah. I love to hear that, though. Like, you got neighbors that are Dolphins fans up the street. I like hearing stuff like that. You guys need to bake her some cookies and give her something that's awkward.
But on my other side of mine, because they're football fans, but they're just like, the guys like me, he's my age, grew up in South Florida, but he liked the Cowboys when he was a kid, you know? And then his son, his son was here, a diehard fan. And, you know, that's a problem, though. That's why I don't think we have enough Dolphin fans in this market down in South Florida anymore, because the kid grew up a Patriots fan, and I always tease him. He grew up,
What the
he's a
hell?
few years older than my sons. My sons are 20 and 16.
Right.
He's probably like 25, 26. He's been a teacher already for a few years in the system.
See,
I'm like, okay. But, he's always, I'm a little kid. He goes, oh, because they were winning and the Dolphins
yeah,
weren't.
that's some bandwagon stuff right there.
But
I'll be
he says
honest,
he will
like,
stick with the Patriots forevermore now that his team. So
to hear you say that the Dolphins need more fan base in South Florida has me like, what the hell? But it's crazy because I've heard of that before, even here in Colorado. Like, I used to go to the flea market every weekends and I would sell out there. I had a shop. I would sell out on, I'd be out there selling. Right. But I'd run into people who are from Miami. I'm like, and they're like, you're a Dolphins fan? I'm like, yeah, man, Fins for life over here, dog. I love the Dolphins. And people would be like, why? And people from Florida, I would be baffled. They'd be like, I don't like the Dolphins no more, man. I can't deal with it.
Yeah,
I'm
a
done.
lot of fans are like that.
I'm over. That all they do is lose. And, oh, you guys, who's your quarterback? Like, here in Colorado, that would be one of the main questions you'll get as a Dolphins fan. If someone sees you on the street rocking your gear, oh, who's your quarterback again? And now this year, they don't want to talk about quarterback. They don't want to talk about quarterback no more. That's like a issue. They're like, damn, we wish we had Oos.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people talking. Wish they had.
Did you see like NFL Network and Cowherd? They had come out earlier in the year before the season started, and they said Tua was the worst quarterback in the AFC.
Yeah, I heard all about it.
Josh Allen #1, which is fine. I'll give them that. They hit that, but they had Mac Jones and Zach Wilson ahead of Tua,
and Tua's playing good right now.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sure your co-host, I'm sure your buddy Steve and TD FINstalk had Tua down there in the 50s too. So
yeah. So hey, but good thing about Steve though, he will.
I know he's a good guy.
But Theo, it's funny because he's saying that my neighbor might be delusional, but it's funny. I'm half delusional because I still stay with the Dolphins, even though they never do anything. It's just funny. I keep on coming back. Like if I went to a pizza place one time and it had a bad pizza, I may say, oh, that's a bad night. I'll go again. But if I go the second night and it's a bad pizza, I'm not going to ever go back. But the Dolphins, they keep on giving me a bad product and I keep on coming back. I can't explain it,
Yeah, me neither. You're on to something right there.
Even in the 1 in 15, I keep on coming back.
That what you just said is like a fishing thing right there. You catch one, okay, cool, you got lucky. You caught two, you're like, all right, maybe. You catch three, you're onto a trend. It's right, something right there is happening.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. It's just like no matter what, though, the Dolphins, I just stay with them no matter what, because it's just like, and it's just, to me, that's why I'm happy I live in the South Florida market, because I wouldn't want to spend for the Sunday package if I only want to watch the Dolphins. So, I see if I may have to stay in South Florida just for that. But yeah, I hope one of these days they should do a la carte. But I pay for the Red Sox. I have to pay for the MLB extra innings just to see my Red Sox.
Absolutely.
I go out and I'm a Red Sox fan.
I'm a Giants fan. I won't even pay for that. I'm just like, nope. If they make the playoffs, I'll start catching the games when they make the playoffs. Because it's crazy. Like, I get clowned on here in Colorado for my fandom. People are like, how in the hell are you a Dolphins fan? And then you go halfway across the country for your baseball team, but you like the Nuggets and the Avalanche. I'm like, bro, do I have to explain myself a million times to you guys? Yeah. Like, when I was a kid, they didn't have baseball in Colorado. They had the Denver Zephyrs, and it was either like I watched a lot of Chicago Cubs because I liked Harry Carey. Holy cow, I loved Harry Carey, so I watched the Cubs. But I'm not a Cubs fan, so I ended up being a Giants fan because I liked Will Clark and Matt Williams and Kevin Mitchell. So I ended up being a Giants fan.
Yeah, your story's similar to me, and then I would touch on what Theo said. But yeah, my story is I grew up down here in South Florida. There was the Dolphins were my team because I was living here and I just grew up. And like I said, the first game that dug me in, even though they lost, it was the 1981 playoff game against the Chargers. That's the classic in Dolphins history. It's the game that hooked me in.
The Kellen Winslow game?
Yeah, the Kellen Winslow game. So I didn't have a baseball team, so I picked. And back in the day, I played baseball when I was a kid, and most of the kids on the team all like the Yankees. Me being different,
I hate the Yankees.
I'm gonna like the Red Sox, and then I picked Jim Rice as my favorite player, and yada yada yada, as they would say in Seinfeld language, yada yada yada. Here I am, still a Red Sox fan to this day, and yes. Theo, I agree. I think a lot of this generation is growing up because my sons have never seen a winner, but they still root for them. But they've never seen a winner, and they're 20 and 16 years old, and they've never seen a playoff win. So, yes, I know that's why a lot of kids do the bandwagon thing. And Hey, Steve. Sorry, but yeah, I think that it, and it's the younger generation likes the winning and whatever. No,
Steve, dude,
yeah,
better late than never. Steve, we love you, buddy.
yeah. Even though we were just bad mouthing you, but you just
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 a
teasing,
little. It's
Steve.
okay.
Yeah, just a little shot at your Tua the night you ran it on Tua. But I defended you saying that you were a Tua guy still. That it's just all of us are in crappy moods at Dolphin right now. We need some winning. And hopefully,
I'm in a great mood. I know, despite the losses and everything, like it's nuts. Like it's funny. I think the national media probably watches our shows too, because right after we had our post game rant and we're talking, and I was like, I feel pretty good about the loss. So all in all, I started seeing all the national media heads like Stephen A. Smith being like, this team can beat any football team. They can play with anybody. Start giving us our flowers. Start giving Tua flowers. So
yeah.
I think a lot of people might be paying attention a little bit more than they want to let on to.
Yeah. So real quick, Theo, I guess you became a Dolphin fan because of those early days. It's just you picked a team because I know you know all the Jake Scott history and all those days, Larry Little all back then. So I guess
Theo,
you were.
are you in Canada now? Do you live in Vancouver
Yeah,
now?
that's a long ways.
Where do you live now?
It's 5 minute grace, but you stuck with them. That's what matters. Yeah. So I guess that's
Absolutely.
yeah, I know that's what matters. That's what I say. As long as my neighbor that became a Patriots fan as a young now, he's a man in his own right.
I like other teams. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. It's like usually, especially here in Colorado, the Broncos are in playoffs and winning. And around here, that's my money team. I'll make a shitload of money if the Broncos win. So usually that's what I fall back on. But I would take a Dolphins Super Bowl over any money payday I could ever get.
Oh no,
That's what I want. I want to see the Dolphins win, but I like other teams, and if the Dolphins aren't in it, sometimes I start pulling for maybe a team who hasn't won it here or there. Like I'd like to see somebody be in the Super Bowl who hasn't won a damn Super Bowl or hasn't won in a long time. Like,
does that apply to a division rival like Buffalo or the Jets or whatever? You won't mind seeing one of them?
That's a trick question. It's kind of a catch-22 because I just said I'd like to see a team win who hasn't won. If the Dolphins aren't in this playoff scenario and the Buffalo has a chance to win a Super Bowl, dude, let them put one trophy in their empty trophy case.
Yeah,
bro.
Maybe that would take the taste out of their mouth for a while. Maybe they'll fall back and have a hard time repeating. I guess.
I want us to win. I don't give a shit what Buffalo.
That's how I am. I don't care about
us to win.
I just want to get back to where the Dolphins are there. We're not rooting for another team to lose. I want our team to. I want to get there.
I do too.
Like my happiest Super Bowl as a Dolphin fan that I remember, because like I said, I was too young for the early 70s. So the Super Bowl that I was happiest to see a team win was when the Giants knocked off the Patriots to take them off the undefeated.
I know,
I acted like
awesome.
The Dolphins won the Super Bowl. I was so happy.
Wasn't that nice? Wasn't that so nice?
Next couple of days, I was walking around like, the Patriots choked. Oh,
yeah.
Yes. I do a lot of cross running into, because as being a Red Sox fan, on social media, I bump into a lot of New England fans. So it's great to see them in there. And
that was a great Super Bowl, but I think the best Super Bowl I've ever watched in my life was Titans-Rams, where
it came
down to the last second, and he tried to stretch out the ball to the end zone. Got tackled.
Close to a championship. Oh, my
dude, it
God.
was epic, bro. I was like, oh my God, what a Super Bowl this was. It was probably the best Super Bowl I think I ever watched was that one. I hate to say this, I hate to do it, but that 28-3 halftime comeback of the Patriots.
I knew you were going to say that. That was,
my God. I told everybody during the game, they're like, the Falcons got this in the bag. And I'm sitting there eating dip and wings. And I'm like, everyone's like, you're so quiet. I'm like, this game is not over.
Nope.
Why are you people talking like this? The next thing you know, from the first touchdown to the next one, I was like, everyone kept staring at me. I was like, I told you all fools, bro. I've seen this happen a million times.
Matt Ryan's going to be two of the biggest collapses in
ever.
Sports NFL history. Biggest Super Bowl collapse ever and biggest regular season.
Or on his watch.
I know, man. That is.
Right?
He's been a good quarterback. I mean, he's been a decent quarterback in this league. Got the job done over the years. But man, what a stick! That's just like ouch punch every time a stat comes up. Every time there's a big lead in the Super Bowl, that's going to be mentioned. Well, the biggest comeback ever was this. Let's see. And every time there's a big team down in the regular season, the biggest comeback, what's this game? And both of them involve Matt Brian being on the losing side.
Yep.
That has to be a gut punch. That has to
It
be.
does. It
It could have
does.
been as a fan, I get like disappointed. Can you imagine playing in the game? You're like,
No.
man, maybe if I would have completed that one extra pass, or
Yeah,
instead of throwing it, I could have just kept it and kept the clock running. Just like you play that stuff over and over in your mind.
Yeah.
So I can
hard to
imagine
sleep at night with that stuff going on in there.
I know that's tough, man. You know, it's
Yep.
tough. Yes,
Yep.
I know because they still love it. Yes, of course they're in their mansion when they're not being able to sleep. But,
Yeah, exactly.
It's just so that softens the blow a little bit maybe to them, but it's still the mind. It's still the mind, and they still want to win, and it's just like knowing that because forevermore he would have been known as a Super Bowl winning quarterback. And, just like Aspirino, he would love to be known as a Super Bowl winning quarterback. So he was that close to getting to the dream of winning a Super Bowl and to blow it. Because you're talking about one more running play instead of a pass play to burn a few more seconds off the clock or whatever. It's just crazy. Yep. So many little things. I mean,
let's get our business out of the way, though, right now. If you haven't already, please smash that like button and subscribe. You are watching Dolphins Daily live with Thirsty and Digging. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. We're new here, just getting started. Love to have you over here and join us. You want to be part of the show? We'll drop the link in the comment section.
Drop the link whenever you guys want to do it.
That's right. But we'll keep the focus over here. I love doing this show with you, man. Today's been an awesome episode. We just kind of like, kicking this shit back and forth.
Steve, if you're still here, speak to us, Steve. What's going on, Steve?
Talk,
Tell us how cold it is in Texas, Steve.
Right.
I heard that Texas was going to have some cold weather. Hey, SoCal Derek in the house.
SoCal, what up, buddy? Morning, buddy. How you doing? Yeah, man. If
He's
we're gonna
out in California, man, we got people all over. You're in Colorado.
Yep.
We had Theo checking in that became a Dolphin fan living in Vancouver. So
that's awesome.
Steve is in Texas. So man, we're all over the place. So that's awesome,
sweet.
Man.
That's good, man. Like to get back on these winning ways, we just got to change a couple things that we're doing out there on the football field. You've heard the
that's more like South Florida.
That's awesome weather.
Yeah, that is awesome. But anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're good, bro. Don't even worry about it. You cut me off anytime, especially if you got something you got to say. That's a good point. But if we want to get back to these winning ways, we got to get back to doing what we were doing in the beginning of the year and on the 5-game winning streak. The third downs on offense and defense are huge right now for me. I'm noticing that we have to focus on third downs on offense and defense. And when it comes down to it, we have the players in place and the coaching staff in place where this shouldn't be a problem. You have veterans on the field who have been there and done that. Tyreek Hill's won a Super Bowl. You got veteran players like Teron Armstead and Connor Williams that are anchoring down the line who've been there and done that. You've got Jalen Waddle's younger, but, come on, he can play. Durham Smythe's been in the league for 5 years. He can play. Yeah. They're not using Mike Gesicki correctly. They're not using him right. Then you got Mostert and Wilson, guys like that. They've been there. They've done that. Alec Ingold, they've been there. They've done that. On third downs, this needs to be more of a conservative effort to move the sticks. I've been calling for it for all damn season now. Use Mike Gesicki to move the sticks. Use him as a chain mover. Don't stop throwing these out routes to him out on the numbers and expecting him to break a tackle and make a play for you with his legs. It's not going to freaking happen. That's not his game. His game is to reach up and take the ball away from defenders with his high pointing skills. So you need to utilize that. Run him up the seam. You run him up the seam. You run him around up the seam on comebacks, curls, digs, 7, 8s, 9s, anything like that.
We'll see if they try to incorporate him. And now that it made the media rounds that Gesicki had told the Knox, the Buffalo tight end. And so we'll see if because they asked the coach, about him not getting Gesicki involved. And the coach did take blame, saying that, it's Steve's coming in. It's Jalen Waddle degrees out where he is. So
17 degrees right now. Yeah, it's cold, bro. It's super cold out here.
But I agree on Gesicki. Maybe they'll try to get him involved this week, but we say that every week, so we'll see.
And then he gets no targets.
For it this week, people actually asked them the question about why Gesicki's not in the mix more. So
it's crazy, but I think when it's all said and done, and Gesicki walks away from the Dolphins, and it's a done deal, I think we're going to come back on it. People are going to ask questions, and we're going to find out that maybe Mike Gesicki is not the guy that you guys all think that he is, but he's exactly who I thought he was. And he's a one-trick pony. He's a one-trick pony who can catch a high point cat pass.
Right.
I remember my buddy, shout out Charlie Touche and Go Time Dolphins and Kadeem Simmons. I mean, I've got a spat and a shout out with him about this before. He thinks Mike Gesicki is the best thing since sliced bread, and he has the best hands on the football team. Really? It's not been shown at this point, man. He can't catch a cold. You throw him a ball over there on the sideline, and he'd probably drop it. And
but yet you still want to incorporate him, though. So I do get that. So
I want to incorporate him because he's on our football team, and he's a weapon if you use him correctly. But if you're not going to use him right, it's not going to work out well for us.
Right. Yo, yes, that's another well-known game on Christmas. Hopefully, that just shows how this season. That was a playoff game back then. And now, man, here we are. We still got games left in December. It's just so how much they've extended the season, man. Can you imagine that was a playoff game already on Christmas
That's
Day?
Nuts. Yeah, it used to be shorter, and the seasons used to be shorter.
Yeah, because that was like
and they're extending
regular
now.
season, 14 regular season games.
And now how many?
Up to
and now
17.
how many you got? You got 17 games now. See, it's all about money, man. And
yeah.
That's why they got to expand the rosters if they're going to have. They already threw one game extra on us. You need to expand those rosters and the practice squad rosters. I personally think the roster should go up to 60 players, and you should be able to carry 20 practice squad players, and 4 of them should be interchangeable and locked on your roster.
And they should allow at least every team to have 3 dressed quarterbacks, because no one wants to watch an emergency quarterback. And, I'd rather watch the third string quarterback than a guy that's a receiver that has to come in. And
I agree with that.
What happened to the Broncos in your region that year? There was 1 week going in, they didn't have any quarterbacks, so they had to play with. I mean, come on.
Kendall, what you're talking about is when Kendall Hinton had to come in and play quarterback for the Broncos.
Yeah.
I never heard the end of it around here. People are like, yeah, but you didn't have this happen to you. I'm like, bro, don't talk to me about NFL doing you dirty. We played a season when we had a hurricane and didn't even get a bye week. I don't want to hear no pitching. So I'll be honest with you. Yeah, man, it happens. And I don't like that rule. What you just brought up, how they should allow us to have 3 dressed quarterbacks. I love that rule. They should apply that right away. But back to what kind of bothers me a little bit about what I'm seeing going forward. The statistics that bother me the most are these 3.
No, we're gonna have to wait until. Oh, there now the logos in my thing. We're gonna have to wait and see what he was gonna say. What bothers him the most? He always drops out here towards the end of the show. It had to happen. It had to. There we go.
Damn it! I thought we were gonna make
about to say we're getting close to rapping, and just sounded like you're getting into the good rapping part.
I was. So
anyway,
let me begin.
Something about 3 things and whatever.
Yeah, there's 3 stats that are bother me the most, other than the third down offense and defense. So we need to get off the field on defense, and we need to stay on the field on offense.
So what you're telling me is no more 3rd and 17s allowed.
No. Not only that, but plus the red zone offense is starting to get a little bit shaky. You need to score touchdowns in the damn red zone. Don't mess around. And when the pass hits you in the damn hands, you catch it. Yeah. Catch the football. No more drops.
That shot at you, Shorefield.
And Tyreek. You know how many passes have been dropped on Tua this season? If you counted the passes dropped on Tua this season, it's got to be up near the top of the league. I would say about
last year
17 passes. I bet you it's like 17, 15 passes dropped this season. That's by my eyes. And then another statistic that really bothers me. These are statistics that you're either a real good team or you're maybe not so good, and it's the turnover ratio is a -2. We need to be in the plus category on that. You need to create more turnovers. You need to get them when an opportunity arises. You get your hands on an interception. You need to get the interception. No more dropsies. No more bullshit, Eddie.
No, you need to make the game-changing play when it's presented to you.
Please,
you may not get them.
Right, you might not get it again.
You may not get it again.
That's right.
I know, because it's just you got to do it when you
have to. And then
sometimes
the
if Tua throws a little behind the guy or a little
bail him out. You have to make the catch.
You watch these other teams. You saw Diggs that night he's falling down behind his body. He reaches out and catches a pass. So it's
that's what we need. We need guys who make clutch plays.
Be 100% accurate as a quarterback. So it shouldn't. You have to help him out, just like he helps you out sometimes, leading you so you don't get killed. You got to help him out on when he's a little off. So
I'm glad you said that. Like that pass to Sherfield. Do you understand? Like everybody, do you realize how good of a pass that is at this level of the
wasn't
NFL?
going to get blown up.
He wasn't going to get hit. He threw it right where he could catch it and still maybe get hit, but be okay. It was a perfect fucking pass, bro. Perfect.
No, and that's the difference between winning and losing. That's thin line right there.
Bingo, bro. It's the difference between winning and losing. My buddy Rob just told you guys, man. There's like 3 or 4 plays in a football game that if you don't make them, you're probably going to lose that game.
Yeah.
3 or 4 plays in every football game that happens every weekend.
Yeah.
Go and look. It's up there. Another bad thing too that's happening to us, and we have to change it. And it all comes from being stubborn and wanting to throw the fucking rock all over. Is the time of possession. The time of possession is so lopsided at this point. I can't get over how much we need to snap the ball at 1 second on every play. Yeah. You need to snap it late, and you need to run. You need to run.
And if I'm correct, we actually outpossessed Buffalo for the first time in a long time on this last game. I think we
still lost.
And we still lost. And we know why, because of what you mentioned. When we had the chance in the beginning of the game, those first 2 drives where we had to settle for field goals.
You got to make touchdowns.
If you score touchdowns there, it's not even a game at the end. Who cares if they get that last?
Bro, we would have put up 40 on them right there. Yeah. Dude. You'd have put 40 on Buffalo. And you ran for 180 some odd yards in their house without Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, there was those 3 drives where we had to settle for field goals. After getting the strip sack, we had to settle for a field goal, and we had to settle for a field goal the other 2 times to start.
Yep.
If you convert those to touchdowns, that's what the Bills did to us. They got other than when they kicked the game winner on our ass, but they got touchdowns when they got down into the red zone, and that's the difference between winning and losing. So you got
well, when we see them again, we're going to score. Every time we get in the red zone, we're going to score.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be some shit, dude? We get into the playoffs and all of a sudden you see this team just awaken.
They could. I mean, look at Cincinnati last year.
They could do it.
They can do it. We can do it.
That's right, man. You just got to start getting that attitude and getting that mojo. It only takes one play to get this team awakened, and once you make that one play, bro, and get into the end zone, the rest is going to come easy. The defense will start making plays.
I'm with you 100% because Miami, even in that loss, I think they proved to. I mean, a lot of the talking heads that, man, this team can hang with some of the best teams in football.
I think they proved that to themselves, too. I think that to themselves, they're like, damn, we're doing this, man. We're in this mofo. Like, I want to see a side of this team come out that we haven't seen yet, and that needs to be on offense. It needs to be on offense. And the reason why is because the defense is keeping us in games. The offense starts showing the same ability to go out there and finish people. And I mean, like, put your fucking foot on their throat and don't let it up. And when you do that with the running game, just run it down their damn throats. And then when they're all coming up into the box, Tyreek and Jalen and everybody out of the backfield you could use and get sneaky. And next thing you know, dude, you're burning teams up 46-3.
We got ourselves up against this wall. Now we got to just push back because if we would have won a couple of those games on this recent road trip, we wouldn't even be in the position we are now.
You got it, man. I'm in a good mood, dude. I think we're in a good position right now. Let's go Dolphins.
Christmas Day. We won't see you. You will be on network. Fins Talk Sports Network tomorrow at 2 p.m. So, guys, and he has a former NFL player that we talk about every week with him on the show.
Yep.
So it's a
my boy
good
Doc
show. They really talk about matchups and everything, good stuff. And then I know you do an unknown exact time, but there will be a post-game show that you would do on the Fins Talk. And then you and I would do our own post-game show Monday morning. So you're gonna have to sit through 2 post-game shows. So you better be ready.
Some victory shows. There'll be victory shows. Let's go.
Yeah, there you go. A victory Monday is much needed in South Florida.
Hell yes, it is, man.
So anyway, SoCal, Steve.
Love you guys, man. Thanks
for
all
the other guys that are in here that didn't comment. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that like button for us today. It's great that you guys came in. We love seeing some new people in here.
SoCal, we could drop that. We can drop the link in the comment section. SoCal, you ever want to come on and tell us?
You can be on the show. We love you. We used to watch your show back in the day, so we would love to see you on.
Share your experiences with us. We want to hear all Dolphin stories.
How a Californian became a Dolphin. I love hearing how people became a Dolphin.
I do too.
Hey, I will drop the link soon. He's in Winnipeg, Theo is.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Winnipeg, that's cool. I think our buddy Evan, the host of the Fins Bandwagon, I think he's in Quebec. So we got a couple people out there that are in Canada that are repping the Dolphins hard. Thanks for repping, Theo. We love you, buddy.
Yeah. So hold on. Steve was saying like drop the link. We can hit Steve if you got a minute, you can come on. Why not? Let me
Why
see.
not, bro? Come on in. Let's wrap, dude. Let's talk Dolphins, man.
Come on, Steve. I like
You
to say I
guys
only got
excited?
a few minutes because my dog. Just a warning, my dog's about to go crazy because outside of me, my dog loving my mom. My mom might be getting here soon, and he will just think the world's
Right?
coming to an end when he knows grandma's coming.
That's right.
If I say, "Oh, grandma," because he thinks of her as grandma too, just like my boys.
Hell yeah,
So
man. Watch the
it's
Dolphins
funny.
are gonna run for.
Come on, Steve.
We're
I
gonna run
dropped
for.
that link for you. Come on,
Dolphins
Steve,
are gonna rush for 200 yards on Christmas. We're gonna take pressure off Tua and rush for 200. And you thought the 188 yards against Buffalo was something. We need to take pressure off him still, man. And let's go.
That line. That's the. Let's see. Oh, I don't know if Steve. Hey, Theo, if you can come into any of you guys. So, Theo,
Take that
do you
link.
watch
Hit that
the
link up.
CFL? Theo, are you a big CFL guy too? You like NFL and because
Oh,
I know
I'm sure.
Evan watches the CFL up there.
I'm sure they are, bro. They live in Canada, dude. They'll be watching that.
See, that's real. That's too like real football. Like us, none of us really get into those other football leagues because it's just like, it's like, oh, it's other sports season by time, that rolls
we got
around.
a guy on our team right now, Sammy the Slug Igualvaughan. He was actually a former CFL player, played for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. He was actually pretty damn good tape he put up there. I'll watch CFL. I get tape out of there on guys all the time and check it out. I'm always checking out football. If it's football, I'll watch it.
Yeah. Hey, it's just, I don't really. When I was younger, I did watch the USFL back in the day. The old
I watched
USFL,
that. Yeah, the old USFL.
The one that had Herschel Walker and Jim Kelly and all those that USFL way back in the day.
Oh yeah,
that was my favorite team actually, the Houston Gamblers.
The Gamblers, bro, that's tight. Warren Moon
with
actually
Jim Kelly
played,
and
for
Ernie
the
Givens
USFL.
and
Yep.
were on that team.
Did you say Ernest Givens? Is that the name I just? Yeah, that guy's he's a friend of the Digging in the Trenches. I'm actually trying to get him on the show. He was scared.
Well, hey, you can get him on our show one of these days if he ever has time during a weekday. If he ever has time during a weekday, it'd be great to have him.
Sure, he's a busy guy right now. He's training his nephew, Doug Johnson Jr. He's trying to get a shout out to Doug Johnson Jr. He's trying to get a XFL deal anywhere. He's trying to play CFL, XFL, USFL. He's actually a damn good receiver. He had a tryout in 2020 with the San Francisco 49ers.
We got Steve for a minute. Get ready. He looked like he's in. Look at him in his snow cap.
What's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on?
Steve, welcome to the show, man.
What's going on, man? You going to work?
Nah, man. I'm just getting ready to do a little shopping here.
Oh yeah, some holiday shopping. Get ready to squeeze that holiday.
Yeah,
shopping.
well, he's like me. I got to get some last minute stuff in there too, man.
Yeah,
absolutely. So Steve, how you feeling, man? How you feeling about the Dolphins' current situation? You think we got a good chance going into this game on Christmas?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm feeling good about the Dolphins, man. Did you see the game last night between the Jets and the Jaguars?
I did.
Look, I'm not afraid of the Jets, man.
No.
Right?
They don't have a quarterback, man.
Yeah, they still got that defense, though. You got to watch out for those Williams brothers, man. They're bad.
And I don't know. Mike might come back by our game, but they may be out of the picture by then. So who knows?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm not afraid of the Jets, but yeah, I'm real happy about the Dolphins playing this Christmas Day. I think they got a great chance of winning. I think they have a great chance of winning all three games.
Right.
So,
what kind of chance would you give them of winning all three games?
What do you mean? What kind of chance would I give?
Like percentage, like from like 70%, 60%.
80%.
80%.
That's good. Yeah. That's good.
Damn, dude, to hear you say that has me even more confident in us winning out all three of those games. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. Hell yeah, man. I'm excited, bro. What do you think is the key to this game on Christmas?
Dude, you know what it is. You know what it is, Justin.
Run the ball.
He's going to ball.
I knew he was going to say that.
That's right, man. Pound the rock, man. We need to get that thing on the right
because
side
Green
of
Bay's
being
pass
balanced.
defense evidently is a lot stronger than the run defense. So
Yeah, it is. It is. It definitely is.
So
Yeah,
we're
we
gonna
Acceptable.
we just got to pound that rock, pound the rock, and then hit him with the long passes, hit him with the passing attack that we have. But that run game is what's going to open it up. Look, this is playoff time, man.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to head to the playoffs. We need to start running that ball, pounding the ball, more balanced attack.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you're getting me excited. You're getting me excited,
So,
Steve. You're talking my kind of talk right here. It's playoff time. It's time to pound the rock and play tough defense. And you know what? When we can, we'll hit you with our electric offense too on the side.
absolutely. Absolutely.
I love it.
I just wanted to mention, you guys were talking about games, games, Super Bowl games and things like that. Well, this wasn't a Super Bowl game, but this was I don't know if you all remember, December 25th, 1971. Longest
game
football
ever.
game in history. Kansas City Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins pulled off the win, 27-24, 37-yard field goal by Gerald Upremian.
Yeah, and double overtime.
Serious.
Yeah.
Wow, I never knew that until you just brought that up, Steve. Thank you so much. That's before my time.
Did just because I read all my trivia questions. I always have a little gambit, but yeah, I've just read about it. I don't remember watching it like Steve got to see.
Right.
Dude, that was an awesome game. You want to see a good game? Watch that one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that sounds like it was a classic.
It was.
And sorry, I got a little behind there on the quotes on Theo. I saw that. Yeah, we should make Eli. He was saying we should basically put a statue for Eli, Manning for knocking the Patriots off of the undefeated. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
for
why
the helmet catch.
I like Eli to this day. So I had the helmet catch. Anyway, guys.
Hell yeah, man.
Thank you, Steve, for joining us right here on the last.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
I'm going to get moving here because it's our hour's up and I got to do my lunch. So
yes,
you guys
sir.
both know my normal 11 a.m. lunchtime. So it's that time today. So thank you, Steve. Fins up. I see you, of course, Tuesday night. Talk to you way before then. And then I see you, of course, Justin. But if I don't talk to you guys before Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
During the Dolphin game, hopefully happy Merry Christmas. Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Yep, and Steve, close out with your infamous Dolphins #1.
Dolphins #1. Dolphins #1, baby.
All right, I love it. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Merry
Peace
Christmas.
out.
Happy holidays.
Far side, Blackwood down the near side hill. Hayes has it up on the tee. 5 for the Garrett, 5 yards on the touchdown, 80 yards, 11 plays. Final possession, 4:04, and they just shoved it right down the Dolphins defense throat. Here's the kickoff. It is high. Walker backs up. He'll grab it at the 2. Straight out. 5, 10, to the near side. Lose 1. 15 to